Hi, Genki Call here. It is the week of April 8th, 2024, and before we get started, I want to explain something that you got in your mail. Let me go find that. Here it is, right here. Hello, adventurers. We noticed that the cartographer was creating one more gem than he should have compared to the other Pathfinder journey troops. He wasn't originally set up and ready to go some months back before we changed the Pathfinders to create less gems. While we fixed his boost ratio to match the other troops, his base number of gems was created was missed before he went out. Here's some gems as compensation. What? So this last journey wasn't too bad, I noticed, and this is the reason why, because it was an accident. Are you serious right now? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me give you a little more context here. Let me show you what we've got here. Da 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 da. Display capture. There it is. So, base spell. This is what has been changed. Gems created were reduced from 3 to 2, and for the shiny from 4 to 3. Also, since we're here, King Stormguard will become available as possible drops from Glory Gem Guild at correct levels for the rarity and VIP chests after reset. That means right now, because it is after reset. And lastly, in the Vault Judgment, the tarot card is now available in regular and epic vaults. So, let's go back in here. I have to cough. Hold on. Right, so if you didn't catch it, I'm not very happy that they changed the Journey Troop. I was hoping that the other Journey Troops would be moved to this level that we had on this last one because, it was working and it wasn't as painful doing this last journey because he looped fairly well. And speaking of looping, if you go into the trials here, let me explain. On the trials, if you haven't done them yet, now every epic trial we have visited at least once since they became available, so you probably already have the starry whatever this is, this thing. I can't remember what it's called. Grimcrag? I don't remember. Anyway, so don't spend your gems if you already have it, but if you don't already have this starry pet, this is the order that I used for the battle. We've got Chalcedony that will kind of loop up here. Actually, she didn't do too badly at looping. Then we've got the Petrified Golem, so she's going to create a bunch of brown and feed the rest of the team. The Petrified Golem is you explode a gem, barrier a random ally for each brown gem destroyed. So you make sure to blow up that gem in some place where you're hitting 4 of the brown gems. You'll barrier your entire team. Then cast Craghound, who's going to do damage to 2 random enemies and create 3 evil gargoyle gems. Be sure to cast this before you cast Shernabog. Shernabog is fantastic. Going to explode the whole board, get all of those nasty gargoyle gems onto your enemies, and just keep going until you kill them all. It's not too bad. I just did a fight. It wasn't bad at all, despite Chalcedony being nerfed. Nerfed, I say. Campaign. I guess we can go ahead and do the the lore. Baba Yaga's book was of less use than the Book of Witches, but she had some insight. Witches were most often imprisoned when a demonic deal went wrong. I can't speak. She traveled with us to an ancient library in Hellcrag, which is why we're in Hellcrag right now. And before we head into Hellcrag and I show you the troops you can get with your event keys, let's go into the shop, go into resources, grab your spoils of war. If you still need troops, you need event keys, and these event keys will get you kingdom-specific troops, which we'll go over in just a moment. I recommend getting all 10 of these every week if you can afford it, because every one of those keys is a chance at a legendary, it's a chance at a mythic, so we want that. Weekly event. This is our new glory troop, Isban. Isban gives magic to a random ally, then summons a random book. Okay. There aren't that many tomes in the game, so we'll see what he does. Reduce spell damage by 25% and 25% chance to summon an ancient horror upon death. And he's immune to silence. So this is actually not a bad amount of magic that he's giving, and that can make a huge difference to your team. The problem is that it's to a random ally, so he could even give it to himself, and which would be fine if you're doing a long battle, but you never know. You never know. We'll find out. Anyway, oops, I forgot to buy it. I recommend getting these troops every week up to mythic level if you can afford it, because you're going to get all of these resources and you'll have a guaranteed mythic for, or sorry, level 20. You can have a troop that you can ascend to mythic level and get to level 20 for your power levels when you need it. And actually, right now is that moment for me. So upgrade 26 Hellcrag troops to level 20. That would be happening right now. Let's do that, and we'll get the power level up here. More upgrades. Max out. Oh, it's good to be high level in this game. Lots of resources. All right, I have been doing this almost 4 years, so alright, so now that we've got that, where's my power level? Up to power level 17. And, yeah, I think we can do that. Hold on just a second, let me go see. Do we have a new troop in it? Of course we have a new troop. We've got the new invasion troop. Ahaha! I don't know how to pronounce this. Gothite? I don't know how to say it. But he's going to let us go up one more power level here at Hellcrag, so that's cool. But we're going to skip over that for the moment and go over the troops that you can get with your event keys. You will not be able to get Gothite because he is specific to the event right now. So let's sort this by base rarity and go over what you can and cannot get. You cannot get Tarask. That is specific to the Soulforge. You will not be able to get him. You also will not be able to get the Obsidian Depths troops. You can only get these in the Underworld from Obsidian Depths with your Chaos Shards, and you will not be able to get the Tower. This is a tarot card only available from the vault. Everything else you see here is fair game. We've got the Colossus, which is, it's okay. This is one of the mythics available here. Destroy a 5x5 circle, which means that the corners won't be taken off for some reason. I don't know why they did a circle. Gain armor and life boosted by all gargoyle gems destroyed, and there's a 50% chance to create a good gargoyle gem when the turn begins. Gargoyle gems, if for those that don't know, you can't match them. You can only explode or destroy them. So in order to get them off the board. And then skull damage reduction by 50%. Next we have Tourmaline, which is a really nice troop. However, it is not a construct, so it's not going to work on an all-construct team very well, but he will do damage to all enemies and drain 4 mana from all enemies boosted by gargoyle gems, and will create a good gargoyle gem every time you match 4+ gems. He also has this summons, which I'll go over in a minute. We're not going to go over every single troop, just the notable ones, and this is notable because it's a summons. Next we have Chernabog. Love Chernabog, already went over him kind of. He creates 10 brown gems, which will ensure that you have plenty of brown on the board to blow up, which is going to feed right back into himself. He's going to explode a bunch of gems. He is great for mana generation, and he conjures a dust storm at the start of every single turn. He is the only troop in the game that does that. Also has skull damage reduction by 50%. He's a very good troop. I like him a lot. I can't remember this one. Oh, okay, this does damage to all enemies. That's right. This is a rather new legendary. As of the last time we were here at Hellcrag. Damage to all enemies, which is great. A mix of good and bad gargoyle gems. A chance to give reflect to a random ally at the start of the turn, and skull damage by 50%, reduction by 50%. And then we have Zenith. He was specifically released on some kind of a pass, Kingdom Pass, I think. It was the only way to get him originally. Create 5 Doom Skulls boosted by evil gargoyle gems. I have to cough again. Sorry. Every evil gargoyle gem on the board is going to give you an extra 3 of the Doom Skulls. which can add up to a lot, especially since he creates an evil gargoyle gem every time you match 4+ gems, also with the skull damage reduction by 50%. Let's see, Chalcedony is still significant, but not as much as she used to be. She's going to do damage to an enemy, create 2 brown gems boosted by all construct allies. You need a full construct team in order to really take advantage of this, especially since she's been nerfed. And she also has the skull damage reduction and the stone Mayfit summons when she dies, if she dies. Eastbound we went over. Morganite. Craghound is good because he hits 2 random enemies. It is random. He does create 3 evil gargoyle gems, which we spoke about, but he does hit more than 1 enemy. So if you don't have something that can hit all enemies, this is something that can at least hit 2. Let's see. Obsidian Depths. I may be missing important things here, but I want to get on to the rest of the video. Petrified Golem we talked about. We have a chance to barrier the whole team with this guy. But the Stone Mayfit is just an annoyance more than anything else. He's just a summons that is annoying. He creates, well, annoying if he's on the enemy team. He creates a gargoyle gem. Poison a random enemy for each green gem under or around it. Just say each green gem around it. Why'd you have to say under? That's around it. Anyway, gain an extra turn. The wording on this is a little bit of a pet peeve. Again, 50% skull damage reduction. He's a bounty hunter. Yee bob. Yeah, bob. Alright, next up. Let's see what we've got next. I've got a timer running down and I don't care. Let's see. Invasion. Nope, I'm not going over that. I will do a separate invasion video. Let's see, what do we have coming up this week? Tomorrow we have the faction assault at Obsidian Depths. Sorry, my cat jumped on me. Obsidian Depths tomorrow. On Wednesday we have the Stone Thing Pet Rescue. Thursday we have the Geomancer class trial. It's a good, solid class. You get a 50% mana start for all constructs. On Friday, this weekend, we have an expansion to the Deep Hive in the Underworld. So we'll have a new troop coming out for the Deep Hive, which is, oh yeah, down here. Right here. And Queen Beatrix is still the best troop here. Of course, it's the legendary. The new troop that's coming out is basically useless. I mean, you're just going to use a bunch of Beatrix for the faction assault. But, you know, it'll be pretty easy, question mark, I think. It never has been the hardest because to do pure faction because Queen Beatrix exists and loops so nicely. Anyway, I think that's everything, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. Sorry about that. Anyway, hopefully not. Let me know what you think about what's going on this week. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. Bye!